I am not a flexible person. I couldn't even dream of doing the splits until recently. Here's how I went from this to holding a full middle... Wait, wrong clip. To holding a full middle split in 90 days. Hey guys, Victor here. I'm back again with a new skill, and this time it's the splits. I want to begin by saying I am not flexible. I can't touch my toes, and I can't even reach my hands behind my back. That's my sad attempt at it. But I've always thought to myself, hey, wouldn't it be cool if I could do the middle splits and then start pulling it out in all these random spots? Like when Jaden Smith does this in Karate Kid. Let's rewind back to day 1. This is day 1. I should probably stretch or I will regret it. Like most of my learning, I jumped straight into it without much of any research. I mean, how hard can it be, right? Just spread your legs as far as you can and then you got it, right? Simple? Yeah. Easy? Definitely not. I tried all sorts of things. Stretching with a chair, squatting, on top of rocks. I even decided to start standing like this when watching YouTube. P.S. It did not work. But what I usually did though was start off with some basic leg swings and then try sink into the middle splits. After a week of this, I wasn't really getting anywhere and I was in a lot of pain. I thought to myself, hey, you should probably do some research and actually learn how to do the middle splits, right? So I went along to YouTube and watched a bunch of middle splits tutorials. After some big brain research, I was no longer not improving and in pain. Now I was only in pain. And this pain was just the beginning. Let's talk a bit about the science behind the middle splits, because I found that I was missing 2 very important things. 1, I needed to position and tilt my pelvis backwards to make space for my femur bones to actually lay flat and do the splits, because otherwise they'd be getting stuck. And 2, I needed to start incorporating PNF to my stretching. That's short for proprioceptive neuromuscular facilitation. Yes, more on that at the end of the video. After this, I finally slowly started to make progress. And by slowly, I mean like really damn slowly. Like sloth slow. I got into a good routine, stretching almost every other day. And each session would consist of 3 things. 1, stretching. I followed a 20-minute middle split stretching routine by Tom Merrill. I probably watched this routine like 100 times. 2, sweating. Flexibility training is deceivingly difficult and I'd always be putting buckets while stretching. PNF is really hard. And finally, 3, I like to top off every session with a bit of crying. This was me at the end of every session. My legs felt like they'd just been ripped off of my body and I could barely stand or walk. Fun, right? As time went on, I actually reduced my stretching frequency to every 3 days or so. I found that I got the same benefits, if not more. You don't want to be overstretching and hurting yourself. One other tip that really helped me get lower was tilting my feet so they pointed upward. This sort of has the same effect as tilting your pelvis backwards, creating more space for your hip bones. After weeks of pain, struggle, and trying to get millimeters closer to the ground, on day 90, this finally happened. I achieved the middle splits. We finally got it, guys. Yeah, anticlimactic. Oops. Keep in mind that the middle splits is really dependent on how you feel. Sometimes, like this day, that was as far as I could get. So a bit more on P and F, because that's what helped me most in this flexibility journey. What you essentially do in PNF stretching is essentially contracting the muscle against some form of resistance, relaxing it, and then repeating it, often going into a deeper stretch. For example, when holding the tailor pose, I would push down on my knees whilst also trying to close them. Or I'd contract my hamstrings as if I was squeezing the ground, relax, and then sink deeper. It's difficult, but it works. So what have I learned? Well, I learned that flexibility training is really damn difficult. Props to all the gymnasts out there. Looking back on it, middle splits probably wasn't worth all the effort and pain, especially for a skill that I'd probably lose just as quickly. But like most things, I wanted to challenge myself and see if I, a pretty average guy, could do the middle splits. And well, you saw it, right? I did it. Wasn't the best, but look, not bad if I say so myself. Thank you. So yeah, that was my middle splits journey. Hope you enjoyed the video, and if you want to see more, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. See you guys next time.